welcome back to Cute and Crusty Crafts podcast. My name is Shaylin. This is the second episode of the podcast, and this is just a place where I talk about my knit and crochet and craft acquisitions and projects. So yeah, I just went back to work. I live in Ontario, and we've been in and out of lockdown quite a few times, so I haven't worked for most of this year, which is crazy to say, but on June 30th we got the okay to go back, which was so exciting. So I have been working a lot, which means I haven't had as much time for knitting, but I'm definitely trying to do it in my spare time. So I don't have as many finished projects as I normally would, but hey, life happens. So, first project is the one that I'm wearing, and this is the Sheer V sweater by Jessie Designs. I'll probably post a little video clip of me wearing it so you can see it up close. And yeah, I finished this I think like a month ago, and then I had blocked it, and it turned out really cute. It's really cozy. It might be a little bit warm for the weather we're having. It's been a little bit cooler, but it's still like 20 degrees, so you might see me change tops partway through. Well, no, I got too sweaty. But it's so lovely. I made it with the We Are Knitters Finita yarn, and then I held it with the We Are Knitters fuzzy yarn. Both of those are in natural. The colors are slightly different, which I kind of like, because then you can see this intarsia v-neck section a little bit better. This is what really drew me to this sweater. It's so cool, and then it has kind of not quite bell-shaped sleeves, but definitely wider than the average sleeve, and it is cropped as well. Again, it's so cozy, it's so soft. I'm so excited to wear it during autumn. I'm one of those crazy people who's been like really excited for cooler weather so that I can wear all my knits. But yeah, what else can I say about this? It would work bottom up, and then you split for the underarms. Work on the top separately and then the back separately, and then it has the boat neck shaping, or lack of shaping, and then connect it at the tops, and then you pick up for the sleeves, so it's seamless, which is really nice. I'm not afraid of doing individual piece sweaters, depends on the pattern, but it is kind of nice to not have to seam everything up after. Though this was my first adventure in blocking a unseamed sweater, and I found it took a little bit of time to really get to really like dry out, but it turned out really well. And yeah, don't know what else to say about it. Oh, I did kind of mess up. It's not really a big mess up, but I meant to get mohair to hold with the Finita yarn, but I ended up getting the fuzzy yarn, which is fine. But then when I read in Jessie May's instructions, she's like very detailed in her instructions, which I think is really, really great. She said like if you don't use mohair, it might not be as like see-through in this section, so use a kind of a different color. So it kind of worked out that I did that. You can't see through it as well, but I still think it's cute, a little sexy, you know, little v-neck section. But yeah, so that's that for this sweater. And the next project I finished is just kind of a small project. It's the scarf number 1 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. And I think it's one of her newer patterns, and I saw a lot of people on Instagram making it, and I thought it was so cute. There's 2 different sizes of it. I made the smaller size just so I could tie it in my hair if I want, or I can use it as like a little neck scarf. I think that would be really cute, and it turned out so cute. I really like how it turned out. I blocked it all up so it's in really nice shape, and lots of really cute eyelets. But yeah, again, it's a little bit warm for, oh, I used the We Are Knitters Finita yarn. Can you tell I like that yarn? But I also had leftovers from my tri-cable sweater. So I'm trying to use that up. I'm trying to be good and use up the yarn that I have. So yeah, but again, I think it's a little bit warm for merino wool and alpaca since it is almost August. Is it August? It might be August 1st today. That's terrible. It's my day off. I don't need to know what day it is. But yeah. What else do I say about this? In this project, I discovered that there's cat hair in it. In this project, I discovered I had been doing eyelets wrong, not wrong, but like I'd been wrapping them the wrong way. So in this pattern, it uses yarn overs as increases, but it also uses eyelets as eyelets. So it was not turning out the way I wanted. So I kind of like switched around because you're supposed to like knit through the back loop to make the eyelets, and then you were supposed to knit normally for the increases, but it was like working the opposite for me. So I discovered that I was doing, oh, I just like switched it, and then after did some research and was like, oh, I've been doing eyelets. Oh, got a hair map. But yeah, I like the color. Again, it matches my, it doesn't match, but it's just made with the same yarn as my tri-cable cardigan. So I think it'd be cute to wear these two together. But yeah, next project is a crochet project. I haven't been crocheting as much. Knitting has kind of taken over my life recently. But I made this bag. It is the Basketweave bag by Hooked on Handmade Happiness, and it's so cute. Turned out so nice. It has, again, this basket weave pattern where you crochet into the front post and then the back post, which is a new stitch I've never done before, and it looks so cute. I've made a couple other crochet bags, and I find that when you make them with the cotton, they can sometimes stretch out a lot, so you kind of want to make them shorter than what you want because then they'll stretch. But this one, I feel like with the basket weave pattern, it doesn't stretch as much because it's a little bit more structured, which I really like. So I might make another one of these bags. I think I made the basket weave section a little bit longer than was recommended because I wanted a little bit of a deeper bag. And then I did the straps a little bit differently. So I just picked up along here, crocheted, and then attached it to the other side. Whereas in the pattern it recommended, it was like a continual strap crocheted in with the band here, but I did a pattern that had the same straps and I didn't really like it as much. Again, the straps really stretched out a lot more than I had wanted, so these ones are nice and strong and hold up really well. I've been using it for work, kind of just as my purse, which has been fun. I used it as a beach bag when I was camping last weekend as well, which was really cool. And I've used it also for like groceries and stuff, for putting my produce in it. So I'm just using it for everything. That's why there's stuff in it. I just didn't want to empty it out. Yeah, and then the last project I actually don't have with me because they're dirty, because I wear them. They are the Sunday Swing socks by Kristel Nyberg. I found the pattern in an old edition of Knitty. I used to be obsessed with Knitty patterns, and they're all free, which is really nice. So when I first started knitting, I wanted to knit like everything, but I didn't have the skills to do that. And now I'm realizing I can go back and knit those things I wanted to knit so long ago. And these socks are so nice. They're like a pretty simple, basic sock pattern with stockinette, but they have some eyelets and increases in them just to kind of add a little more interest. I'll probably post a photo of the socks. and I did them in the Patton's Croy sock yarn. I couldn't find what the color was called, but it's like a rainbow marl pattern, and it's so pretty. I saw it at Michael's when I was buying some stuff for my mom, and I couldn't leave the store without them. It was so nice. So it's a superwash yarn. I think it has, it's wool, and then it has like some percentage of nylon in it. But they look so cute and nice, and they hold their shape really well, and they were pretty easy to knit up. Sometimes it's boring to just knit like plain stockinette socks, so it was a nice change. And I wore them camping last weekend as well, and they were so cozy and comfortable. I'm so glad we did, because we got a little bit rained on. But yeah, so that's all my current finished items. Again, not as much this time as last time when I was going through my me-made wardrobe, where I had a lot of stuff. But you know, that's how life happens sometimes. You just, some months you knit more things and some months you don't. Alright, after one quick change, I'm back. It was getting a little bit toasty in that sweater. So yeah, I'm going to talk about my current whips, or my works in progress. Again, I only really have 2 going right now because I've been kind of busy with work. So currently what I've been working on, oh, that's stuck on another needle, is the Camisole No. 3 by my favorite Knit Things Knitwear, and it's turning out really good. I'm really liking it so far. So you work on the top section and then attach up the shoulders and then combine it, and it's worked in the brioche stitch, which I haven't used before, so it's a bit of a learning curve. I actually need a swatch for this, which is very unlike me, just to get comfortable with the stitch pattern. And yeah, it's super squishy and stretchy, which I think is going to be great for summer, the last month of summer. That's crazy. But it's made with Yarnspiration's Bernat Softee cotton yarn in Sandstone. I kind of bought that on a whim, thinking of doing another project with it, but when it came, I thought it was going to be a little bit more like terracotta than what it is. It's a little bit more on the peachy side, which is fine. So I thought it would work really well for this t-shirt, or tank top, I should say, camisole. It's in the name. And yeah, I really like it. It's been so easy to, like, the stitch pattern has been really easy to work on. I just finished the front top section past the underarms, so then you have to pick up the stitches at the shoulder and then knit the back and then combine it at the underarm and then knit in the round. So I still don't know how to knit brioche in the round, but I have a YouTube video synced up for me to figure it out. But yeah, so this one has been turning out really nice. I did like completely bungle it, like completely fucked it up with the increases and the decreases. Just add a little bit of interest. That's what I loved so much about this top. It's got those little like triangular patterns of increases and decreases. But I completely fucked it up, so I had to rip it back, and with brioche stitch it's kind of nerve-wracking because it's a lot harder to pick up stitches once you've kind of frogged it back. But I managed to do it. I just took it slow. I was thinking about just like completely ripping it out and starting it again, which I didn't really want to do, but I didn't have to, which was really nice. So yeah, again, so squishy. I'm so excited to wear it. I think it has an I-cord bind off around the underarm, which again I've never done before, so this will be a learning curve as well. And then you pick up and just do rib collar, and then I think it's one of the double ones where you flip it under and then sew it. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this turns out. Alright, and then my other project, I have my projects in like my little woven basket. I got it at IKEA, wanting to put plants in it. But all my plants have been growing too big for it, so I've just been putting all my my whips in it, which has been working out really well. Or I'll put my yarn ball in it so that it doesn't escape all over the place. And my next project, as I was saying, I got another pattern by Jessie made Designs. So this is the open edge tee. I don't even know how I'm gonna show it. It's like all over the place. So yeah, it's turned out pretty cute. Oh, so here's the v-neck portion. Yeah, so it's like a nice tee. It's made in Sugarbush's Cabot yarn in Grassy fields, so it is 70% Pima cotton and 30% linen. I've never worked with this yarn before, but I'm liking it so far. It gets quite soft when you knit it up. But the v-neck has been super cute, so it's got little eyelets, and then on the bottom it has kind of this ribbed open edge. I wonder why it's named that section. And it looks so cute. I love the color so much. I've been really into green recently. I was really knitting in a lot of neutral colors, so I decided to add a little color into my life. But yeah, this will be really great for summer. I'm really excited to wear it. This is my first time ever knitting like a t-shirt. Usually I'm knitting sweaters. And I'm going to knit the matching shorts as well, which is gonna be super cute. I love a matching set. So yeah, what else can I say about this? Nothing really. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all my current whips. Again, I'm not working on too much right now. All my stuff back in the basket. What are you looking at? My cat is behind the camera and she's looking at me like she's trying to sleep and I'm annoying her. You woke me up at 5:30, so it's only fair. So yeah, I guess the next segment, we got segments, is knitting acquisitions. This is kind of inspired by Knitting Traditions podcast that I love so much. This is kind of why I started doing this podcast, because I love watching hers. She gets a lot more knitting done than me, and she's a doctor, so it's crazy. But she does knitting or yarn acquisitions, where she just talks about the yarns or the things that she's purchased. I haven't really bought a lot of yarn. I've been trying to be good, like I said, and knit with the yarn that I have. But I did get something a little bit special. I kind of splashed out, and I got the Knitter's Pride Zing Interchangeable Circular Knitting Needles Deluxe Set. So it comes in this carrying case, which is really cute. And then you get all your interchangeable needles. I've never worked with interchangeable needles before, but it's opened up a whole new world for me. It's so nice. So yeah, it's got the 3.5 millimeter needles to, what are these ones, to the 8 millimeter. Oh, they look so nice in their little carrying cases. And then they come with obviously the I don't even know what you call these, the like extended part. So yeah, it's been so nice working with these. I've been looking at the Knitter's Pride ones for so long. Feels like everybody on KnitTube uses them. So I kind of splashed out and got them, and I'm so happy that I did. I think I got an extra set of the interchangeable needles in 3 millimeters because I knit quite a lot of stuff on that. And then I think I got some of the smaller dimension extended parts cords because I want to try knitting socks in the round. I think that'll be fun. And then I got a smaller one again for knitting hats and kind of smaller pieces. Yeah, I just love it so much. It made me so excited when it got here. I just was like, the box came and I was like jumping up and down and squealing. But yeah, other than that, I haven't really bought any more stuff. I'm trying to be good again. I've just got back to work, so I'm trying to save some money. And since I probably have time, because this is a lot shorter than my first podcast was, I thought I'd just do a bit of a knit along. I'm kind of transferring these stitches onto this so that I can pick up stitches and do the back. But yeah, I thought I'd just chat about my life, because things are actually happening now, which is crazy. I felt like nothing was happening for so long. So like I said about 100,000 times, I'm back at work. I'm an esthetician, so I work in personal health, doing all the spa related services, manis, pedis, facials, waxing, tinting, the list goes on and on. I do a lot of stuff. But it's been so nice to be back at work and having a purpose and having a reason to get up and seeing my clients again. I've missed them so much. You get really close with your regulars, which is so nice. And I had just moved to another spa about a month before the 3rd lockdown, so I only really worked there for a month and then we closed down. So I've worked there now for about 4 or 5 months, but I really only worked there for 2 months. And it was kind of weird getting back into the swing of things, because obviously my new boss had, you know, everywhere kind of does things differently, so she had kind of showed me how to do everything, but then we were gone, so I kind of forgot everything, so I'm having to like relearn, which has been, you know, there's always a transition with a new job. Even if you know how to do the stuff, it's still, you know, everyone does things differently, so you gotta kind of figure out how the place is run. But yeah, it's been so nice getting back to doing what I love to do. And in August I'm gonna be going back to doing wedding DJing as well, which I did a couple summers ago, kind of before COVID. I did one wedding last year, but it was very different because like they weren't allowed to have the dance portion, so it was kind of just the ceremony and then the dinner, like first dance and speeches and stuff like that, and then it was like, okay, bye-bye, everybody leaves. So I'm usually at the venue until like 1 in the morning, sometimes more like 2 in the morning, but we were done at like 11. It was so weird. But so yeah, I'm going back to that midway through next month, and I'm really excited about it. I have been kind of doing some practicing because it has been a little bit, but I'm really excited to get back to it. It's so much fun. It can be kind of stressful because again, we do the music for the ceremony and first dance and all that stuff, so there's a bit of pressure. You know, you don't want to mess up somebody's wedding, that's a huge deal. But it's a lot of fun too, especially when you get into the dance portion. I don't do a lot of like mixing. It's mostly just like transitioning between songs, because we just do a lot of the same songs over and over, because there's certain songs that are expected to be played at weddings, you know. And if you try and kind of switch things up and do newer songs, people are like, what the fuck? So, but it's really fun to like try and tap into people's brains and like find out what they want to listen to and keep the dance floor full. It's really fun. So I'm excited to get back to that, and then that'll be extra money too, which is really great. Because again, haven't been working for a while, and getting back into work, when you switch spas, it kind of you have to rebuild up your clientele. So I'm pretty busy, but could be busier. So it'll be nice to, you know, make some extra money on the side and have fun while doing it. One of the best parts of wedding DJing is like they feed you, so you get to eat the food, and the food is always like my best meal of the week. I'm not like an amazing cook or anything, but it's always fantastic, which is really great. So yeah, what else has been going on? I was camping last weekend, which was really fun with my two best friends. This is probably going to be the last like weekend away I can do before I get back into wedding DJing, because it's, you know, Saturdays and it's all day, and then I'm going to be working 5 days a week at my other job. So it's going to be a busy summer, but I'm quite excited after not having done a whole lot this year. But yeah, we went camping. We were supposed to go kind of out of town, but then our campsite flooded, so we kind of had to scramble last minute, and there's not a lot of camping spots available. Everyone's been snatching them up because it's like the only thing people could do during lockdown. So yeah, we went a little bit closer to home, which was really cool. My friend kind of organized all of it. She's very organized. She's a list girl, so she kind of figured out all that stuff. And she found this website called Hip Camp, which I'd never heard of, which is pretty much like Airbnb, but for campsites where people can rent out like their yards, which sounds weird, but it was actually really nice, the spot that we went to. So yeah, we had 2 days in a tent camping, and I haven't done that in a really long time, but it was really fun, and it was so nice to hang with my friends. I haven't seen my friends in so long, so that was so nice. Just had campfires, you know, drank, took some edibles, hung out, and there was a beach nearby, so we went there. Again, we did get rained on quite a lot this Saturday night. It rained so much, and the wind was just blowing. It was crazy. Being in a tent when that is happening is a little bit crazy, but luckily the tent was pretty big, so we weren't like in a teeny little tent like all huddled together. My one friend, I guess she didn't get that much sleep that night, and she like woke us up at like, it felt like it was 3 in the morning, but I guess it was only like 12:30. She's like, get up, something from the tent unpinned, we all have to go fix it. And we're like, what? I was like dead asleep. So that was really funny, but it was so nice to have just a weekend away before all the hecticness is going to happen. Yeah, I don't know what else has been. Nothing else is really going on. Just work and a camping trip and just hanging with my cat. Like I said, she's behind the camera. She's being very quiet. She's being very sweet. Oh, she's asleep right now. Oh, I might post a photo of her in the intro because she's so cute. She can be a demon though. I took her to get her claws clipped the other day, and it was a bit of a dramatic moment. I tried to get her into her cat carrier, and she hates her cat carrier so much. So I tried like bribing her with treats and then like using catnip, and I got like quite a few scratches from the little miss. So I had to just put her on her harness with her leash and then kind of like tie her into the back seat so she didn't roam freely. And she really doesn't like car rides, so the way there was fine, but the way back she got a little stressed and she was like foaming from the mouth. It was so, or not foaming from the mouth, but like drooling. I kept having to wipe her little chin, but now she's not as lethal, which is nice. So she doesn't stab me like crazy like she was before. But the people did a really good job. It was really, really fast. But my friend is a vet tech, and she's like, I can do it for free. And after that experience with the car ride and everything, I was like, yeah, it might be good if she could just come here and clip her claws. She's so cute. Little creature. But yeah, I think that's about all that's really been going on in my life as of recently. Alright, and with that, that's the end of the podcast. This one's a little bit shorter. I feel like the lengths are probably going to vary depending on how much I'm knitting, how much I've made, like what stuff I bought, and I hope you're okay with that. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe, turn on the notification bell. This all sounds so funny to do. Follow me on Instagram if you'd like. I am cute and crusty on Instagram, and I'm posting kind of a lot of my works in progress, things I'm doing, some other craft stuff that I have been doing. Yeah, leave a comment below if you'd like, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.